What's up, party people?
Chris from Crashbox here, taking a look at the Mythic Hall that we put together for Megalopolis Toys for their Mythic Legions photos. Huge piece. You can see it takes up this entire dining room table here at the Crashbox compound. Let's take a look at some of these panels before we assemble it. You get the doorway here, fully functional doors that open. The doors are made of PVC, and the majority of this is XPS foam, painted with acrylics. Shout out to my partner KJ Sparkles. She handled the paint finishes on all of this. This red material here is actually some scrapbook paper that we had found actually for another project and didn't end up using it. It turned out beautifully for this. And the archways are attached to this. We do have other archways as well. There's a chain that goes on the door. You can look real close here if we can zoom in. Little skulls there, something I picked up along the way. Been waiting for the right opportunity to use. But little skulls on the chain that wraps up the door there. Let's swing around here. So that's one of the two end pieces. This is the other one. This is like a gazing window, I guess. It's just a very large window. There are a lot of windows in this project, but this one's very big. So that's a PVC window. Once again, XPS foam for the main body of it. And behind it there, I've put some mesh. I was watching something recently, maybe The Witcher, on Netflix, and just looking at the architecture, and the windows always had this mesh behind it. So it is acrylic sheeting cut to fit with the mesh behind that. And we have 4 of these panels here. These are the wall panels, these large arches here. Windows are done in a similar fashion as the big one. So it's a PVC window with the mesh behind it, and then a piece of clear like thin acrylic sheeting behind it. These medallions we made to go into the windows, this is PVC as well. This was cut out with our X-Carve. All this was cut out with our X-Carve machine. Makes it super easy to get fitment and everything just right. Ton of magnets in this project. I don't remember the count, but it's considerable amount of magnets that hold it together. So we have 4 panels like this, and then we've got the arches themselves. So there's 2 sets mounted down there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 more sets of these arches. So this is actually 2 pieces of foam cut out on the X-Carve that we glued together and then finished with the acrylic paints. And these have the magnets in it as well, which is going to lead to some different setups you can do with this set. It's pretty versatile. The floor, we went with PVC. There's 8 pieces like this style panel of the PVC that all kind of tile in and lay together. So if you're not using the whole thing, you don't have this giant floor piece. It also makes it a whole lot easier for shipping and whatnot. And then probably my favorite part of this is the ceiling. The ceiling came out really well. It's just something that I designed on the X-Carve after looking at a lot of inspiration photos online and whatnot. These medallions here are all 3D printed and inserted in here to give it that a really cool look. We use kind of a tarnished finish on all of this non-foam material here, whether it's the PVC or the 3D printed stuff. And these are just files we found on Thingiverse. I think that's a brooch, and I don't even remember what that, just some sort of tile, but these came out really nice the way they got painted. And of course KJ just killed it on the paint on this here. So we have 4 of those panels for the ceiling as well. So let's set it up, and then we'll take a look at it. A couple different setup options that are possible with this. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces of the floor set up, and the end piece here with the door. Put the chain on the door. There's so many different ways to set this up. I'm just going to show you kind of how it was originally designed. So the wall panels then go on the sides here, and they're magnetic And the magnets are staggered on an offset. So that goes right there like that. I might need to scoot it all back just a touch. But you know, just that, you know, there's so many options you're going to be able to hit with that. And the magnets are there, but they're not super visible. This kind of gives like a vibe off like, you know, it's a pub or something. We can grab an archway. And the arches go right here. Bam. Make sure that's nice and lined up. Gives you a different vibe there. And we can grab another wall panel. And we will add this in on this side. Just like so. Magnetically attaches. All right. So we're going to grab one more archway. And put him in here. Like so. Line everything up. There we go. We're getting some cool vibes off of that already. All right, let me lay down some more pieces here, and we'll look at the full run setup. All right, so here we have all 4 sections set up with all the columns. I'll give you a kind of overview here. The columns actually, the way they're made magnetically, hold these side panels together. So even without the ceiling, there's so many options for photography here. You know, each one of these windows can be lit. The doors can be open for light as well. Different angles you can use. Let's drop some ceiling panels in and take a look at how that works. And super easy to do that. And they kind of help square up the top here as well. You just lay in like that. They kind of overhang. There's got a lip there. So now you get that beautiful ceiling in there as well. All right, let's set the rest of those in and then take. All right, so we dropped the ceiling panels in. You can see the coffered ceilings up there. I took the last one out just to give it a little bit more light. But obviously there's the windows and whatnot. There's plenty of opportunities to light this up. So let's switch out the end piece and put the window there. All right, so we got the big window in down there, and just opened the window here in the room and got some natural light shining through, so you really get a good look at what everything is. The ceiling all the way down to the floor, the archways. Yeah, so this is kind of how we built it, but there's several other configurations that we just kind of messed around with and found. So let's take a look at some of those other options. All right, so here's just one of several setups that are possible. This is just using 3 of the wall panels along with the archway to create kind of like almost like a courtyard vibe here, or you know, the end of an outside hall. You can drop the ceilings in as well. See what that looks like. Yeah, you can get some really cool looks out of this. Let's take a look at another one. All right, here's another cool setup you can do just with the one sides of the pillars going down. I think Hogwarts from Harry Potter had a very similar kind of vibe to that. So definitely tons of options. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that we never even thought of that you could do to put this bad boy together. So it was a fun project, probably the biggest one we've ever done. But it's time to say goodbye, pack it up, and ship it out to Megalopolis. So make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram.